Okay everyone, welcome to my guide. This is how to find every Gold Skulltula possible in The Legend of Zelda, the Ocarina of Time. This guide's going to be laid out different from other guides. I'm not going to show you how to get the Gold Skulltulas in the order they appear. What I am going to do is I'm going to group it by area. So I'm going to do all of Kokiri Forest, all of the Lost Woods, all of the Deku Tree, and so on and so forth. The reason for that is if you're missing a Gold Skulltula or two, you can go to your world map and you can look at the areas you visited. Now, if those areas have a Gold Skulltula icon, it means you've gotten all the Gold Skulltulas in that area. If there isn't one, it means you're missing one, and I'm going to put timestamps down below so you can go to that specific area and find the Skulltulas there. Now, I also want to let you know, you should know this if you're playing the game, it has to be night to get a Gold Skulltula. The only exception is dungeons, even when you're in a town. Like, not when you're in an area where time doesn't move, it has to be night to get the Gold Skulltula. Also, every single soft patch in the world, with the exception of the one outside of Zora's River, has a Gold Skulltula. So I'm going to try to cut out some of the waiting for the Skulltula to pop out, just for time's sake. And I'm also going to make an attempt to cut out any menu switches that I do, because unfortunately I didn't always have the appropriate tools when I was recording getting that Gold Skulltula. Now, also, I am going to show you the absolutely worthless reward for getting all 100 Gold Skulltulas, with the exception of Pride. And that'll be around the middle of the video, because it is in Zora's Fountain is technically where your last Gold Skulltula will probably be, and that's not the last area that I visit. So, without any further ado, we will start, and I guess actually I should say, the areas that I show, I am gonna kinda go in the order that we go through them in the game, and you'll see what I mean by that, when we start right now. And our first area is, of course, Kokiri Forest, where the game starts. So our first Gold Skulltula we can get in Kokiri Forest occurs after defeating the Deku Tree. When you leave the forest, Zora will give you the Fairy Ocarina. And then after that, you can wait till the time changes to night, run back in the forest, and then on the back of, I believe it's the House of the Twins, on the back of this house anyway, you can get your first Gold Skulltula. Second Gold Skulltula you get in Kokiri Forest, and I should say there's 3 total, is our first patch of dirt. So I'm actually going to show this entire process of how I drop the bug, scoop the bug back up, and wait for the Skulltula. All subsequent patches of dirt, I will cut out some of the waiting. So I drop the bug in the patch of dirt, scoop my bug back up because I got other bug holes to go to, and then after just waiting what seems like a long amount of time, the Gold Skulltula pops out. Our final Gold Skulltula in Kokiri Forest occurs when you are Adult Link. You enter the forest and the Deku Tree, you enter the forest and the Deku Tree's poisoned, or not poisoned. The forests have been turned to monsters by Ganondorf. And when you run to your house, if you hop over the wall to the left and run along that outer wall, you can see a Skulltula climbing along the house of, I believe it might be Mido's house, and that's the last one in Kokiri Forest. So in the Lost Woods, as Child Link, we will once again go to that patch of dirt that's right out here on the kind of the exit of Kokiri Forest, so drop the bug. So just wait for the Skulltula to pop out and kill him, and don't fall off the edge like I almost did. So when you enter the area, I believe it's the Sacred Forest Meadow where there's the 2 business scrubs, you can drop another bug in a patch of dirt, and this will be your second out of 4 total Gold Skulltulas in the Lost Woods. And the next 2 will be as Adult Link. So the place we were just were as Child Link, well, if you put the magic bean there, there's a plant that will go all the way to the top as Adult Link, and there's a Gold Skulltula climbing around up top, and we don't even have to worry about the annoying Deku scrubs. So in the entrance to the Lost Woods, where there's all those guards lumbering around, if you play the Scarecrow song, Pierre will appear, and you can run along the tops of the entrance to the Forest Temple. And on the eastern wall, there's a Gold Skulltula crawling around. Kill him, and that is it for the Lost Woods. Next will be the Deku Tree. So in the Deku Tree, there are 4 Gold Skulltulas that we can get. 3 we can get right off the bat, and 1 we have to wait for. Now, in one of the far rooms on the first level, if you push the switch down, it'll make the platforms appear, and you can get your actual first Gold Skulltula of the game. So you want to drop down to a lower level, burst through the spider webs, and on each side of the wall there's a Gold Skulltula. So just climb out of the water, turn around, and you can see climbing along the vine is a Gold Skulltula. So you can take care of him and collect the token. And on the other side of the room that you fell down into, there is a Gold Skulltula crawling around on a grate. So this one can be tricky. After you dispatch him with your fairy slingshot, you want to get a bit of a run, and you can jump and collect the token. The last Gold Skulltula in the Great Deku Tree is you need to wait until you have the boomerang. So you want to run through the area where the Gomo larvae are. You can see them up the ceiling right there. Kill the Deku Baba, bomb the wall. Yep, just to show you that's where the Goma larvae are. Bomb the wall. There will be a Skulltula to dispatch of, which you don't actually have to kill him. You can kill him if you want. But really, all you have to do is turn around as soon as you enter the room, and there's a Gold Skulltula crawling around on the wall for the last one of the Deku Tree. So there are 2 Gold Skulltulas in Hyrule Field. The first one is around the Gerudo Valley area. There's a peculiar circular ring of rocks. If you put a bomb in the middle and run away, a chamber will open. You can drop down the hole. And you see the spiderwebs covering up the cow. Use Din's fire right in front of it, and it'll reveal a Gold Skulltula next to the cow. The other Gold Skulltula in Hyrule Field is located near the tree that's between Hyrule Castle and Kakariko Village. Simply put a bomb next to it. It'll open up a hole that you can drop down. And you can see crawling around on the wall is a Gold Skulltula after we dispatch of the non-Gold Skulltula, basically waiting there to ambush us. Simply take care of him, and our next Skulltulas will be in Hyrule Castle Town, the whole keep area. So there are 4 Gold Skulltulas in Hyrule Castle Town area. First one's first, you want to simply enter the room where you pick up the pots to smash them, and there's a couple boxes at the end where the guard is. Simply roll into the far one, break it open, and there is a Gold Skulltula there. Simply enter the actual castle area of Hyrule Castle Town, and I'm just going to skip over the annoying owl. Once the owl flies away, all you have to do is roll into the tree he was standing on, and a Gold Skulltula will fall down. The third Gold Skulltula in Hyrule Castle Town occurs after you learn the Song of Storms. If you head to the area where Talon was sleeping, you'll see a lone tree there. If you play the Song of Storms next to it, a hole will open, and you can drop down. So once you drop down, you want to head to the left, and you want to put a bomb in front of that door. It'll reveal a smaller wall Skulltula, which you can take care of. It'll also reveal a Gold Skulltula, which you can dispatch of and collect the token. The last Gold Skulltula in the castle area occurs when Ganon is taken over the world, or Ganondorf. Simply enter the old castle town, and you will see a Gold Skulltula crawling around on a pillar next to the lake of lava of Ganon's castle. So in Lon Lon Ranch, there are 4 Gold Skulltulas for us to take care of, and they all occur as Child Link. 2 we can get pretty early in the game, and the other 2 we have to wait for the boomerang. So the first 2 that you want to get, the first one is there's a tree when you enter the ranch off to your left, and you simply want to roll into that tree, and a Gold Skulltula will drop down from it. Once you've taken care of that Gold Skulltula, you actually want to head south to the back of the stable, where there will be one crawling around. And you can easily dispatch of this Gold Skulltula and then return to Lon Lon Ranch once you have the boomerang. Okay, so as we enter the ranch, we see a Gold Skulltula crawling around on the main window, which you could have seen before, but now that we have the boomerang, we can actually get the token. So, once you have that Skulltula, you're going to want to head into the field, into the opposite side, kind of near the gray stack that's off to the distance. It's kind of a turret, kind of a smokestack, and as you get to the outer wall, you can see another Gold Skulltula crawling around. Simply dispatch of it and collect the token. In Kakariko Village, there are a whole grand total of 8 Gold Skulltulas we can get. The first one occurs from our old soft patch of dirt. The next token we can get is from, once again, just rolling into the tree in the middle of the entrance to the village, and a Gold Skulltula will drop down. After dispatching of that Gold Skulltula, all you have to do is run around, and on the back of the house of Skulltula, there will be one crawling. Once you've taken care of that one, there's the building that's being worked on in the middle of town. You can climb up there, and on one of the areas where they're building, there will be a Gold Skulltula crawling. The next one in the village that you can get is crawling around on the huge watchtower in the middle of the village. Just simply aim your fairy slingshot up at it and collect the token. You can actually get 6 of the 8 tokens on your first visit to Kakariko Village. So the last one in Kakariko Village you can get on your first visit is crawling around here on the back of the wall, back of a house near the entrance to Death Mountain Trail. Once you have the boomerang in hand, you can enter the graveyard, climb up on the right side of the graveyard, and there's a Gold Skulltula crawling around that we wouldn't have been able to get beforehand. Just simply take him out with your fairy slingshot, and use the boomerang to collect the prize. The last Gold Skulltula in Kakariko Village occurs after acquiring the hookshot. Simply hookshot to the red roof from that patch of area right there, and you can hookshot to the next section of red roof along the mountain ridge, and there's a Gold Skulltula crawling around. Now that we have adult weapons, one hit will do the trick and collect the token. So in Death Mountain Trail, there are 4 Gold Skulltulas we can collect, and the first one is a soft oil spot right out in front of Dondongo's Cavern. The next one occurs in a bombable wall near the entrance to Kakariko Village. Simply place a bomb in front of it, kill the Gold Skulltula with your fairy bow, or fairy slingshot, I don't know why I want to keep saying fairy bow, and climb up the invisible vine that's there to collect the token. So there's 2 that we can get as Adult Link. Now, you're going to notice something here that might be different from your game. I'm smashing that area with a Megaton hammer because there's supposed to be a rock there. Unfortunately, I stupidly smashed it before I was recording. So, I'm going to play the Sun Song to make it nighttime for the Gold Skulltula to be here. Until you smash the rock, that Skulltula will be obscured by a rock. So you should hear it, just remember you're not going to see it till you break the rock open. And then, near the entrance to Goron City, where you dropped a bomb flower as a kid, there's another rock that you can smash that'll reveal the last Gold Skulltula of Death Mountain Trail. There are 2 Gold Skulltulas in Goron City. The first one is on the top area. You have to use a bomb to blow past the 3 boulders blocking access to an area. And then you have to use bombs to get through this room, and if you break open the box, there will be a Gold Skulltula waiting for you. It's when you have to find your pathway through the bombs, through the bombable rocks. Once you return as Adult Link, you can walk along the rope or the wire that's holding up the pedestal here, and just do it nice and slowly and carefully. And if you take out your hook shot, you can notice that on the back of the pedestal, there is a Gold Skulltula crawling around that you can get, and that's all of them in Goron City. There are 5 Gold Skulltulas in Dondongo's Cavern. First one is in the first hallway. There's a door off to your right that you can enter. You want to take care of the keys, because they're annoying, and then just simply collect the token for the Gold Skulltula. The second Gold Skulltula in Dondongo's Cavern is crawling around a vine after you drop a bomb flower in that certain, in a certain spot, which will lower down a platform, which becomes stairs to you. So you can see here, I'm going to look off the edge and show you where that is. Once it's lowered, you can crawl up and get that Gold Skulltula. The third one occurs as you're making your way around towards King Dondongo. You make your way through the keys, and you can hop up there and bomb that rock, and there's a Armos guarding the Gold Skulltula in here. So here I simply set the bomb in front of him, made him start to move, and the bomb blew him up, and you can take out the Gold Skulltula. The fourth Gold Skulltula in Dondongo's Cavern occurs after you acquire the boomerang. You have to backtrack all the way back to the stair area, but you have to get up there before you blow the stairs down. So take the platform up to the 2nd floor, and as long as you're smart, you can backtrack easily to the stair area. Just showing you that you have to go up one side, backtrack through, and cross over to the other side. Now, while backtracking can be a pain, the nice thing about Dondongo's Cavern is that it is a fairly linear dungeon, so there's really only one way you can go. And once you get through the Armos room, all you have to do is crawl around to the platform that's not lowered, climb up the vine, and you can collect the Gold Skulltula, which you'll need to grab with your boomerang. The last Gold Skulltula in Dondongo's Cavern you get as Adult Link, and basically you just want to take out all of the baby Dondongos because they can make life miserable for you. So I'm just going to quickly slash through them. And if you look up at this platform, Navi turns green, which means you need to play the Scarecrow song to make Pierre appear. Hook shot to the Scarecrow, and you can grab the last Gold Skulltula of Dondongo's Cavern. There are 2 Gold Skulltulas to collect in Death Mountain Crater, both as Child Link, one early and one late. The first one occurs early in the game. Just simply enter the crater and roll into the box. The second one occurs after she teaches you the Bolero of Fire. Warp to the Temple of Time, become Child Link, warp it back, and we have a soft spot of soil to drop a bug in. There are 4 Gold Skulltulas that we can acquire in Zora's River. 2 is Child Link, 2 is Adult Link. The first one you just roll into the tree and acquire. And this is the one area where there is no Gold Skulltula in this soft patch of soil. Second one is crawling around on the back of the land bridge area on a ladder when it's nighttime out. That's near the area where you enter Zora's domain from Zora's River. The next one occurs by taking the magic bean plant up and making it nighttime. Simply kill the Gold Skulltula with your 1 arrow, and collect the token with the hook shot. The last Gold Skulltula in Zora's River occurs as you head towards the land bridges. If you stop right after crossing the bridge and hop up onto the railing there, hop up and stay on it, you'll have just enough range with your hook shot to take care of the Gold Skulltula that's crawling around the wall, the mountain ridge, I guess is what it is. Lake Hylia has 5 Gold Skulltulas for us. First one occurs in the area where you shoot the arrows to acquire the fire arrows. You can swim out to it as Child Link, and if you look at one of the pillars, there's a Gold Skulltula crawling around. The next one in Lake Hylia is if you go out on the bridge, look at the scientist laboratory building. On the back of it, there's a Gold Skulltula crawling around. We do need to wait for the boomerang to get this one. And then also, right there in Lake Hylia, there is a soft spot to drop a bug. As Adult Link, you can get another Gold Skulltula in the laboratory by simply equipping your iron boots, dropping all the way to the bottom, and rolling into a crate. Once you've broken the crate open, you can use your hook shot to take care of the Gold Skulltula. The last Gold Skulltula you can collect in Lake Hylia is after defeating the Water Temple. Hook shot to the top of the tree that you came out of. Play the song, the sun song to make it nighttime. And there's a Gold Skulltula crawling around the top. Simply take care of it with your new long shot, and that's it for Lake Hylia. Gerudo Valley has 4 Gold Skulltulas for us. First one you get by grabbing a chicken and hopping off the edge. And if you hop off kind of near the bridge, you can notice that there's land that you can drop onto. Drop down, take the 1 heart damage, and there is a soft patch of dirt for us to drop a bug in. The next one in Gerudo Valley is on the mini waterfall that's to our right as we enter. Once you get the boomerang, you can kill this Skulltula with your fairy slingshot and collect the token with the boomerang. There are 2 Gold Skulltulas that we can get once we have Epona the horse, because she can jump over the broken bridge that's out, connecting Gerudo Valley to the other side of the desert and the Gerudo's fortress. And if you head off to the left, you will notice a Gold Skulltula crawling around on one of the pillars. Now if you head over to the other side, on the other side of the carpenter's tent, you can see another Gold Skulltula crawling around on the wall. Simply grab it. In Zora's domain, there's 1 Gold Skulltula that we collect as Adult Link. If you head to the area where we did the diving game, and beware of the traction of your shoes, your Kokiri boots, because you don't have traction. If you look off to the left of where you dove, there's a Gold Skulltula crawling around. And if you don't watch your traction, you will fall off the edge. In Jabu's belly, there's a grand total of 4 Gold Skulltulas for us. The first one occurs in the area that we fall down after Gerudo. Once you dispatch of all the stingers and enemies, you can kill the Gold Skulltula, press the button to make the water level up, and grab the token. And this is the first area we drop down with after Gerudo joins our party. You can see her there. Once you defeat the green tentacle or tongue, whatever, you can drop down the hole that it was guarding, put Gerudo down, and there's 2 Gold Skulltulas, 2 for the price of 1. Yeah, it's a green tentacle or tongue, or I don't know, it's something. Jabu's belly's kind of weird. The last Gold Skulltula in Jabu's belly occurs in the area with all the jellyfish, right before heading on to the boss area. Once you take care of the jellyfish, there's a Gold Skulltula crawling around on a vine that you can simply take care of and climb up the vine to grab the token. There are 3 Gold Skulltulas in Zora's Fountain, including the last one that you will usually acquire in the game. The first one you get simply by rolling into a tree and killing it and taking the token. The second one you get after defeating Jabu. You can crawl up onto this log, take the Gold Skulltula out with your fairy slingshot, and then don't waste time like I did, just walk closer and get it with the boomerang. The third Zora's Fountain Gold Skulltula is generally the last in the game that you acquire. After you've acquired the golden gauntlets, you can move the gray boulder. So move the gray boulder and drop down the hole. And there are invisible Skulltulas that you'll have to take care of on this little path. Technically, you could get this Gold Skulltula in the time between Child and Adult Link's Spirit Temple. For me, it's always the last one I get after I defeat the Spirit Temple. So this is actually Gold Skulltula 100 for me, so I'm going to show you the prize that you get. Once you've defeated the Skulltulas, you can climb up the rungs, and it'll lead to a little room. There's another Skulltula for us to defeat, and if you look off to the left, you can see a Gold Skulltula crawling around on the wall. So I'm going to go warp to Kakariko Village right now to show you your reward for all 100 Gold Skulltulas. So I just warped to the graveyard, and I'll run into the House of Skulltula. And if you talk to the guy in the middle, he says, "Since you destroyed 100 spiders of the curse on me has been broken. Thank you. Here's a token of my appreciation. Please take it." Yup, a huge rupee. 200 rupees. Worst fucking present ever. Yeah, don't get cursed again, because your 200 rupees are pretty much worthless. And you can see the Gold Skulltulas on your menu screen appear red once you've collected them all. Our next stop is the Forest Temple, and the Forest Temple, like the 5 main temples, all have 5 Gold Skulltulas. The first one you get by climbing up a vine to your left when you immediately enter the temple, and there's a Gold Skulltula crawling around. The second one you get when you run through the door to get outside. If you look to your right immediately after getting up on the platform, you will notice a Gold Skulltula crawling around on the wall. And that wasn't outside, that was the path to the blue bubbles. That was my mistake. So once you get outside, you can drop down to the area with the Deku Baba and the Octorok, and you'll notice that there is a chest to your left up here on the ledge. If you hit the far side of the chest, you can actually pull yourself up with the hookshot, and there's a Gold Skulltula crawling around. When you get outside again on the middle level of the Forest Temple, usually there's hearts there on that area that I jumped onto. That's how you'll know you're in the right spot. And there is a Gold Skulltula crawling around up above. The last Gold Skulltula in the Forest Temple occurs in the basement when you're heading on to fight the boss. Basically, you just have to keep moving the pillars around, so that eventually the spot with the Skulltula will be open, destroy it, and get the Gold Skulltula crawling around on the wall. You will have to push the rooms completely around once. In the Fire Temple, there are also 5 Gold Skulltulas. When you enter the left side of the main room, there's a time block you can hop up. And it's the first of our 2 Skulltulas in this dungeon, where we have to defeat all of the little flying tile and the light legs. So I'll just quickly skip to the end of that. So crawling up there on the wall was the Gold Skulltula. I just took him out with my fairy arrows. Second Gold Skulltula in the Fire Temple is in the sea room, where the boulders are trying to knock you down. You can slash your sword as you're following the outer wall, and you'll notice that one section of wall sounds different. However, the box to put the bomb in is apparently rather small, but bomb the right area, and it'll reveal a false wall with a Gold Skulltula behind it. The next area in the Fire Temple occurs when you're heading to that donut-shaped room. When you start climbing up the grate, you can see that there's a Gold Skulltula blocking your way, so we can take care of him and take the token. And if you continue up top to the donut-shaped roof, the room itself, there is a Gold Skulltula crawling around on the inner wall. Simply dispatch it with your hookshot. The next Gold Skulltula in the Fire Temple, yep, it's our buddies Tile and Like. This time I just decided to avoid the Like instead of destroying it. In the Ice Tavern, there are 3 Gold Skulltulas to get. The first one is in the Scythe room. Simply head off to your left, and you can see a Gold Skulltula crawling around up top. Next Gold Skulltula is located in the Blue Fire room, and you actually have to get completely behind it to hit it with your hookshot, otherwise it'll just miss. And the last one will be in the Puzzle room. In the room with the puzzle that you have to push around, on the wall closest to you, there is a Gold Skulltula crawling around. Simply take care of the ice keys and grab the token. In the Water Temple, there are 5 Gold Skulltulas to take care of. First one is a room I'm not 100% sure where it is, but you need to push a button to make a hookshot target present itself. Simply take out the Tektites, and there's a switch that you can hit with your sword behind you. Hit the switch, the gate will open, and you can grab the first Gold Skulltula of the Water Temple. The next Gold Skulltula occurs with wearing your iron boots in the whirlpool area. You sink to a certain spot, you'll see a Gold Skulltula crawling around, and from the water you can still hit them with your hookshot. The next Gold Skulltula is when you enter on the western side of the temple. Simply take care of the 2 keys that are sitting up there, and it's the room where there are the platforms that are constantly being lowered by a waterfall. Well, you can see a Gold Skulltula off to the right side there. Simply hit him with your long shot and take the token. Now in the middle room, you want to play Zelda's Lullaby to raise up the water level. And once the water level is up, you're simply going to hop onto the brown block, and you can reach the Gold Skulltula up top. The last Gold Skulltula in the Water Temple comes from the room where the boulders come from. Simply hop and turn around, and you can grab the Gold Skulltula. These are the boulders that come and they try to knock you off your path. In the bottom of the well, there are 3 Gold Skulltulas. They're all located in the middle of the mini-dungeon, the bottom of the well. First thing you want to do to get the first one is take out all the keys, because they make your life absolutely miserable. And it looks like there's a bottomless pit right there. If you equip your Lens of Truth, you can see a path. So I'm just going to quickly take care of the other 2 keys, and I will get the Gold Skulltula token once I defeat the Gold Skulltula. Now, when you exit that room and you move from east to west through the middle area of the bottom of the well, there's another locked door that you can enter. And all you simply have to do here is take care of the possessed pottery and the Deku Baba that tries to hit you to grab the Gold Skulltula. The third and final Gold Skulltula of the bottom of the well, also occurring in the middle, is just after the room with the Beamos. There's a like that you need to take care of that absolutely kicked my ass and swallowed me 3 times. Definitely not one of my prouder moments, but once the like was done kicking the shit out of me, you can just simply collect the Gold Skulltula crawling around on the wall. In the Shadow Temple, you encounter a room with an invisible scythe that tries to hit you. This is a room with 3 Keese enemies and 1 like, and once you kill them, a grate will open, allowing you to get the first Gold Skulltula of the Shadow Temple, of which there are 5. Once you've defeated all the enemies, the grate opens, just run past the scythe, and there's the Gold Skulltula just waiting for you. The next Gold Skulltula of the Shadow Temple occurs where you pull the block out of the wall, and there's those 2 teeth that are trying to clamp down on you, and you simply push the block between it. Once you've done that, you can enter the room to the left and grab the Gold Skulltula. The third Gold Skulltula of the Shadow Temple occurs in the room with the blue fire coming out of the skull. I took care of the 2 Keese up top, and then you throw a bomb in the vase, or the skull, and it'll blow open, allowing you to get behind it to grab the token. The fourth Gold Skulltula of the Shadow Temple occurs when you drop down next to the Fairy of the Damned, whip out your Fairy Ocarina, play the Scarecrow song, Pierre Will Appear, a long shot over to him, and you can grab the token. I'm an hour into this. I'm not re-recording for any slips of the tongue. It's an hour so far, so we'll see how long this video is when it's done. So once you abandon the Fairy of the Damned as it crashes and you go through the room, you can notice there's a room with 3 pots spinning. This time you don't have to blow them up. Just run around to the side and grab the last Gold Skulltula of the dungeon. After the Gerudos capture you in their hideout, because there's 3 Gold Skulltulas in the hideout and the Haunted Wasteland combined, you can run along the top wall at night and you'll find a Gold Skulltula crawling around by itself. The second Gold Skulltula of Gerudo's hideout is, after you've earned the respect of the guards and gotten the membership card, you can head on the archery field at night, and on one of the bullseye targets there's a Gold Skulltula crawling around. In the Haunted Wasteland there's 1 Gold Skulltula. It's in the little structure where you get the Poe to guide your rest of the way through the Haunted Wasteland. You basically simply want to use Din's Fire to take out the Skulltula and call the Poe, and that's the only Gold Skulltula in the area. And this is just to show you it's that structure in the Wasteland. In the Desert Colossus region, there's 3 Gold Skulltulas for us, including our last bug in a soft patch of earth. As Adult Link, you can hop on the plant from the magic bean sprout that you planted as a kid, and it comes to this little rock out here. You can jump off, jump exactly where I did, get hit by the Gold Skulltula, and then take out your Big Goron sword and take it out. The last Gold Skulltula in Desert Colossus is on the palm tree near the fountain where you can get a fairy pool from, and I noticed if you stand with 1 foot in the fountain, it seems like those enemies don't bother you. See the fountain right there. So our last spot is the Spirit Temple, where there are 5 Gold Skulltulas. First one occurs after you defeat all of those keys in the one room, making the path, or the piece of fence drop down to show you your way, defeat the Gold Skulltula, and get it with the boomerang. The second Gold Skulltula occurs after you climb up to the area where you have to use Bomba Shoes to blow apart the wall. But after climbing up the wall, if you take and turn around, you'll see a Gold Skulltula crawling around the top that you can take out easily with your boomerang or your fairy slingshot, your choice. The third Gold Skulltula you can get in the Spirit Temple occurs right after the puzzle room, right before Iron Giant as Child Link. When you enter the room to go towards Iron Giant, turn around and take care of the Gold Skulltula climbing up on the wall. Gold Skulltula of the Spirit Temple occurs in the room with the boulders rolling back and forth. Simply play the Song of Time next to the time block, and it'll disappear, leaving a Gold Skulltula for you to snatch. And the last Gold Skulltula to show you, which is usually number 99 that I get, occurs in the main room, the Snake Woman room. If you look across, you can see Navi turn green, play the Scarecrow song to make Pierre appear. And you can hookshot over to him to grab the Skulltula. So this is it. It's the last Gold Skulltula I have to show you. That's all 100 Gold Skulltulas. Can be a chore to get some of them, but I hope this video helped you if you couldn't find one. And as always, guys, smash that thumbs up if you liked the video, and thanks for watching.